Welcome to the Film Junket Podcast.
You know it sounds like that. What's happening, guys? Dave the Film Junkie here. Welcome to the Film Junkie Podcast. We'll talk about that in a bit. It's not like it's a bad thing or anything. The Batman theme. What's happening, guys? Doing something a little different today. I just woke up and went, you know what? I'm going to record a podcast on a Sunday fucking morning. That's right. Even though it's almost noon. Well, I mean, I've been up since, I woke up at 7, then fell back asleep, woke up at 9, and then was in and out. You know when you're just like, you know you should get up, you should get out of bed, and then you don't, and then you just fall back into like a weird dream or something like that. That's pretty much what I was at, and I was like, all right, I just got to get up. So I've actually been fully up since like 10:15 or something like that. So I'm just, I just thought I'd, wake up so I can be energetic. I was just like, I haven't recorded a podcast in like 2 weeks. So let me just do it today. I actually might start doing this. I might actually start recording this damn thing. A lot easier to record on a Sunday morning if you think about it. Because, my work schedule's been just crazy for the past couple of weeks. I've been working 4/10s. So it's definitely been a bit of a struggle to try to fit in videos and everything, but I've been keeping up. But there's just no room for a podcast because obviously for a podcast I talk nonsense for about an hour, and it's just too much time. And just trying to do that during the week, working a 4 because I'm waking up at. Some days I was working 6:30 to 5, and other days I was working 6 to 4:30. But talk about leaving in the heart of fucking goddamn Southern California traffic. It's the worst thing ever. I live 29 miles away. 29 miles away from my work. Doesn't sound bad, does it, right? Sounds like I would get there in less than a half an hour, right? Yes, that's the way it should be. Getting to work is, of course, not that bad that early in the morning. It'll probably take me about 34 minutes to get to work. And but getting home, hour and a half, guys. That's what it takes. Hour and a half. That just shows you right there. It's ridiculous, man. By the way, I'm drinking coffee. That's right. I'm not that much of an alcoholic, guys. I don't, when I'm recording something, I'm not just drinking alcohol. Now it's just straight up black coffee for like my soul. Out of my Batman mug. I actually ordered one of those. I was watching, what was I watching last night? I can't remember. I was watching Ford versus Ferrari last night. And, I'm sipping on something. I'm feeling pretty good watching stuff, and I decided to go on Amazon. Well, I needed to order a certain mask from Amazon that I needed to get that I've been putting off. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to order one of those tin coffee mugs that you see in movies that are like not in present day, like the tin coffee mugs. So I'm like, I want a tin coffee mug. So I got a tin coffee mug come my way, and I'm pretty excited about it. That's why I told you. Not that I don't mind my Batman mug. I actually have 2 Batman mugs. One's at work and one's at home. And I have a Deadpool mug, but it's one of those big Deadpool mugs, so I don't really use it. So, because it just feels ridiculously big. No, I'm not even gonna say that's what she said, but yeah, she did say that. So I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I just thought, why not just record a podcast? Maybe I'll start doing this. Get the caffeine flowing in me, and I won't shut up. A lot to go over actually in this podcast that I wanted to go over. First off, I wanted to go over my picks here, like for Oscars, but I don't know if I really want to do that right now. I don't want to go over the whole thing. My percentage was pretty good because I kind of just wrote out what the one that I wanted, and then my pick, and then I kind of just I actually did pretty decent, I guess you could say. But now I'm kind of wondering, like, when the hell? Okay. Sound editing. Yeah, I was trying to work. Which side did I think? I don't know. I don't really want to go over it now. It's like I'm looking at it and I'm like, my chicken scratch, I didn't really have it all filled out. I should have had it all pulled up if I was going to do that. But I think, we'll dive into that in a little bit. I'll pull up the winning list and see, compare it and see how good I did. It's funny, too, because I don't know if I should count it because I picked Parasite. I picked Parasite, like, when it kept on winning. I was like, man, this thing's going to end up winning. I should just pick it. I think that's against the rules. I thought 1917 was going to be the clear winner, but nope. And then I was wondering if Hollywood was going to be, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was going to be something. That was going to be interesting stuff. But, yeah, I haven't had a podcast in a bit. But keeping up on the Vodka streams, of course. Those have been, fucking A, guys. Friday, I had a really good day Friday, okay? Really good day. I'm not going to lie. Just one of those productive and just, I don't know. Sometimes, like the Friday before, I haven't had a Friday off, 2 Fridays in a row off, which is great. But the Friday before, I woke up with the intentions, okay, I'm going to be productive. I'm going to get some shit done. But it ended up being, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to go get a massage because I need one because I haven't had one in a bit. I've been doing a lot of physical stuff at the job. Because that's why I've been working 410s was because I've been out in the field training to do that kind of stuff. So a lot of walking. The first week really shocked. When you work an office job and I take breaks. I try to walk around when I take breaks and stuff. Like I'll walk around the building or whatever. But man, when you just like go out into the field when you're not used to it, my legs were hurting. They were aching. So. So I was like, yeah, I could use that after this week. So I went and did that and just kind of ran some errands and then it was just kind of lazy when I got home. So I was like, yeah, I didn't exactly take advantage. But this last Friday, boy, did I take advantage. I woke up at 7 o'clock and so I still got a good amount of sleep because I passed out before midnight. So I was just freaking tired. But I woke up. And just got ready real quick. What the hell did I shoot? Oh, yeah, that's right. I woke up, just got ready real quick, and I shot my Batman Batsuit breakdown video because I was going to do it. I had every intention to go see Sonic on Thursday and then even record a podcast Thursday night. And then I was going to record the video about the Batsuit breakdown as well. But I hit a fucking wall. I just hit a wall as I was working on other things. I just hit a wall. I'm like, I am too fucking tired right now. What the? Oh, no. Okay, I did record the Batsuit breakdown on Thursday. And I was starting to edit it, and I hit a wall. I just couldn't fucking do it. I just couldn't do it. And I was like, I'm not going to go see the movie. I guess I'll see it tomorrow. It's just like, yeah. And then I passed out probably a little after 11, if anything. Probably even before, it might even been before 11. I don't know. Point is, I got a good night's sleep, guys. Yes. Which is key. It's good. So I woke up at 7, got ready, edited the Batsuit breakdown video, and then of course did the short video of the Happy 2014. And then I went and did some side work kind of stuff that I do for about 4 hours, which was nice. Makes a little extra money. Why not? And then right after that, ran an errand and then came home. And then went to the movie theater right around the corner and saw Sonic the Hedgehog, which, wow, look at that. I guess the design change actually helped it. Look at that. You don't want to get used to anything like that, but I think we could all objectively say that the original design for Sonic was just atrocious. It was just hideous. Like, who the fuck approved that? Usually it's like when they change something, for instance, you wonder, like, when you see Superman's face, who the fuck approved that? But on this case, it was like, who the fuck approved this design at first? It's horrible, because watching the movie, I couldn't even imagine watching the movie with that original design. It would be so bad. It'd be it would just be, there's no way. I would not have enjoyed it at all, probably. And I still have to post my review, which that'll be up later today, my full review. But it's doing great. It's like 58 million right now domestically, 111 right now. But I'll be doing my box office video, so obviously I know. I just do everything right now in this video, all right, guys? Just do all the videos I planned. I'm just gonna do it all in this. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's not a way to. If you're running a YouTube channel, I mean, hey, sometimes less is more. I'll give it that. But sometimes when you have like, if you're gonna have segments like a box office, or you're gonna dedicate about this, there's just, I mean, the fact that I didn't do shit yesterday, and guys, I basically almost disconnected yesterday just from everything. I figured because, well, continue my Friday escapade, my great day Friday. Got done with the movie, of course, posted my reaction, and then it was like, all right. Then I was working out. Okay, who's going to be on the show? Obviously, it's going to be, we're going to have a panel type thing, and then, of course, getting Sean O'Connell, which was a surprise guest, because we've been talking about, he hit me up about his book and asking questions about that, and I asked him if he wanted to come on, and finally he did. At first he wasn't, but then he went, I guess it would be a good idea to do it on 214. So I was like, all right, this is the way we're going to do it. And I'll tell you what, it was one of the best vodka streams because it really felt like I had a show here. Wow, I didn't feel like Johnny Carson. Well, maybe. Wicked and wild stuff. Is that what he used to say? No, but, I was like, okay, for a half hour, I'll do a one-on-one. And then I'll bring everybody in because I already knew like some of the people that were going to be coming on. But it was cool because Fritz, or did I just call him Fritz? I think because he mentioned the Ben Fritz article in the interview. O'Connell, he said, yeah, let's just shoot for a half an hour, and I think that was just his way of being like, hey, we'll just do a half an hour and see how this goes. And it ended up being an hour. So to me, that's showing that he was actually having a good time talking. And I thought it was a good discussion and everything like that, But I wasn't gonna, it was just totally just opening up the door for something like that, for people to come in. I'll give you my platform and you say what you want to say. That's basically what I wanted to do with, well, pretty much anything. It's like specifically the vodka stream. I think that's just when it comes to the podcast, this is just me just talking to myself, essentially, and just getting stuff out. Like I've always said, it's very therapeutic at times. So, I don't know. I think the podcast is going to remain, unless there's somebody that doesn't want to be, their face on camera. But then at the same time, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see when I start bringing in more guests, I guess you could say, how it's going to work out. Because I can understand trying to make it to a stream that starts at 9 o'clock Pacific time. I mean, I did it an hour early, so then, because he lives on the East Coast, so he's 3 hours ahead. So I did an hour early to accommodate that it's not so fucking late for him. So, but it ended up working out. And then, of course, the guys came on, and we had a good old time just shooting the shit about everything. I mean, we talked about everything. Like I said, anybody that wants to come on and speak, you're welcome to. I'll give you the platform. If I feel like pushing back on something, I'll push back on something. I mean, that's basically what it's gonna be. I mean, as much as I try to stay out of like the drama that's been happening big time in the Snyder Cut movement, it's gotten pretty ridiculous. And some people wanted to express some of the stuff. I know Justin was really fired up about certain things, and I said, yeah, come on, say whatever the fuck, and for the most part I agree with a lot of it. So a lot of it I'm just like, let's just move on, let's just ignore that portion and this, that, and this. But I guess it could be difficult to do that. It could really just be difficult to avoid that, because I always see the shit and on the timeline, and it can get pretty fucking exhausting. But it's exposing shit that we were talking about 6-9 months ago, man, when we were the targets of everything. And it's just to see who's running the account and who's following certain people. And I'm going, okay, that makes sense, because every time they were in my mentions, they sounded like him, and they were accusing me of doing certain things. And it's just, we were trying to like make light of that. And then it just got to a point where, all right, we're just going to, just stay in the stands. You guys fight it out in the fucking Thunderdome. We'll just be up here in the stands, just like doing our thing. And then now here we got people. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just ego. It's narcissism. Some people are pretty smart when it comes to organizing stuff and getting get the word out there. But then they want the clout to be magnified. They want to be lifted up on everyone's shoulders and praised to the heavens about it all. And it's like, you can't treat it like that. This is not what it's about. It's just sometimes that's not what even being a superhero is about. Being a superhero, you're supposed to just, be in the shadows like Batman. Batman is not looking for the clout. He's trying to have no attention on him at all. He just wants to prevent good people from being hurt and bad guys from flourishing. But he doesn't want the clout. So that's the way you got to kind of treat this shit. But I know it's hard, and we all do it. We all want to pat ourselves on the back for stuff that we do. And I get it. I'm not saying that I'm not, I don't just go, yeah, look at me doing a good job. Good job, Dave. Good job. Of course I'm going to do that. I wouldn't be a YouTuber if I didn't enjoy some of that and getting the praise. But sometimes with certain things, you just can't expect people to just think you're a fucking king, especially when you're working with others on things. You're just going to bump heads. It's just not a way to go. And it sucks that some of this shit's been happening, but it's also been kind of funny because, like I said, I'm trying to say this shit like 6-9 months ago, and now all of a sudden, hey, finally you guys are seeing this shit. Because the same people that are fighting with certain other people were telling us to relax in our DMs. We're like, hey, can you just don't engage, or don't do this and don't do that. And now all of a sudden, like I said, 6-9 months later, 6 to 9, now they're doing it out in the public, in the open. So it's just kind of funny. It's just that's the part that makes me laugh about it. It's like, okay, wait a minute. I have DMs still of you saying to not do this, and now you're doing it. Probably because you were friends with such individual, and now all of a sudden it's gone crazy. And then I get DMs from a lot of people. I'm never gonna expose like any of it. I'm not those people. I'm not a certain one of them that actually posted our private DM at one point. I don't sink that low. I don't like to do that unless it's like pivotal in something. But yeah, I would never. Anybody who comes in my DMs, I'm not gonna share it or anything like that. I'm cool with, hey, you want to talk? Let's talk. We could talk about certain things. And it sucks because certain people are just really seeing all the bullshit, and now they just want to leave. They just want to leave because they're involved with it, because they know certain individuals, and then they get thrown into the mix. And they just want to fucking put out some good art or whatever the hell. That's what a lot of this art festival shit, the poster stuff, they just want to put it out there. But now we got all this clashing stuff, which doesn't make any sense, because the Zack Snyder's JL posters, this is from Zack Snyder himself. So I don't know why there had to be like a whole other one to like go like right in line with it. It just like, wow, that just kind of showed you, is like, okay, who's the brain behind this thing? Oh, and then you think of the mindset and you went, yeah, that does make sense now. So, but it's whatever, guys. I know we talked about that stuff a lot, which is fine. A lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people dug it. I was just kind of, like I said, I just let everything happen, and I just kind of try to be the host and just kind of steer the conversation. But yeah, if you want to go off, go off. And if you will, if you even want to come on and because you have a problem with me, I've always had that open door policy. You have a problem with me, come on, we can do that. We can hash it out. I mean, of course, the one time that did happen, it was kind of just like frustratingly annoying. But it's whatever. Yeah, so box office. When it comes to the Birds of Prey box office, I still have a whole video dedicated to what I wanted to talk about with all that. And what, just things behind the scenes, things I heard, we'll talk about. It's just funny when you see the timeline, and it's so fucking annoying. Because I see people just like daily just totally defending the box office for Birds of Prey. And I almost just want to like tweet at him like, okay, if you didn't think the Birds of Prey box office was not suffering, why do you feel that you have to constantly shine, be glasses half full? If you didn't think that, you just leave it alone. But there's people that are always saying it's a failure. So what? So what if they're saying that? I mean, as far as I could tell, the drop off was less than 50%, so it's fine. That's actually pretty damn good. When a movie has I think it's at a 48% drop off, that's actually pretty good. So it's showing that it's going to have some legs. It's going to have a little bit of legs. But the thing that just makes me want to pull my fucking hair out is when people are like comparing it to other box offices. Like when I saw people compare it to Ford versus Ferrari box office because it had a similar budget. I'm like, you can't do that. I'm sorry. That's just, it doesn't work that way, okay? The CBMs, and you can blame Marvel for this. You can blame, you just blame Hollywood. CBMs are held to like the highest standards, okay? They're held to the highest fucking standards, no matter what. Okay, a one-off biopic is not going to be held to the same standard, especially one that got nominated for Best Picture. You just can't do that. Okay, now they're going to compare with Sonic. Why are they saying that Sonic is a flop? Blah, 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 blah. Like, this is a kid's movie based on a video game, okay, that had already its controversy last year. Already had its controversy. Okay, you're going to compare it to an R-rated CBM? No. A CBM that they were like kind of like taking a bet on. Because it's like, okay, we're going to make this R-rated. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, was the R rating, did it suffer because of the R rating? I'm like, in a way, maybe. But I think it's just people were not interested, and people were just not, we're like, what the fuck is Birds of Prey? Like I said, it all stems down to that goddamn title. Whoever thought that it should have just been called Birds of Prey, and then they have the emancipation of one fantabulous man, whatever the hell it is. See, I can't even say it. I always forget it. That just didn't work. It just didn't work. It probably sounded good on paper, but it just didn't fucking work. So it should have just been called Harley Quinn. I'm sorry. That's the base of why it just didn't do well. Speaking so fast, the caffeine, man. I'm drinking my coffee black, by the way. Because remember when I tell you guys, that I fast? Because apparently black coffee, because it's so low in it's so low in calories. Like, a cup of coffee is like 10 calories. As long as you're not putting a bunch of bullshit in it. So I'm one of those people that like the taste of coffee. So I'm like, my brother, can you fill it up 3/4 of a way? And then the rest is just like hazelnut creamer. And I'll have like a stack of creamer, which is fine. It's whatever. That's him. That's perfectly fine. But I'm just saying, it's like, I just can't. Ugh. I'm all about the black coffee, man. Get it from my dad. My dad likes black coffee too. So I don't know. I just like the taste of coffee. This has actually got some flavoring to it. It's like a I don't know, like a cherry aftertaste. But it probably is breaking my fast because it's got flavor in it. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, the box office. So look forward to that video. I'll break it down even more. Stuff I heard, because a lot of people, it's just amazing when you hear from people that are within the biz and stuff they heard, and then you got people on Twitter just going, that think that they know everything that happened. We all want to make it seem like we know everything that happened behind the scenes. We're just like on top of it. We're educated. We're this, that, and this. And most people don't know jack shit what's going on behind the scenes. They just don't. They just fucking don't. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm 100% in the know, but it's just funny when I say. But I'm not out there like making proclamations about shit. It's just funny. It's just where we're at right now in good old 2020, Twitter and everything. And then the Batsuit. So of course the Batsuit was. I mean, it was funny because I was out in the field. We were just heading back from Glendale. And I just opened up my phone. I wasn't driving. And then I saw it all and oh shit. And yeah, I was like, God damn it. Of course I'm not going to be able to do a video for another few hours because I think we left it got dropped about 2:30 my time or 2 o'clock my time. And I didn't get home. Like I said, it took me an hour and a half to get home. So I got off at 5? Yeah, I didn't get home till about 6:30. So I had my video finally up at about 7 o'clock. So I was like 5 hours fucking late, man. But it's whatever. It's cool. Like I said, I know, I love it that I'm at a point where, because before I've even told you guys where I thought I always had to be the first. I felt like Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. I had to be the first of the accident and had to be first. Oh, there's a leak. Gotta get it out. But I'm not like that anymore. I'm glad I'm at a place where you guys just want to hear what I have to fucking say about it. And that's what I got. I got DMs and mentions and stuff saying like, hey, I want to see your reaction come on. And then I was like, okay, how am I going to do this? Should I just do a full-on long video, or should I do a reaction and a long video? And I went, okay, I'll do my reaction to it and kind of do my initial reaction, and then I'll record the breakdown video. So there you go. That's how I kind of do things right there, especially with something big like that. But I'm digging it. I'm wondering about those ears, man. I'm wondering. It seems like he is he is really taken from that first Batsuit, because you see images of that first. I wonder what the gauntlets look like, if he even has gauntlets or he just has regular gloves. That could be that too. If he's really taking ideas from that and modernizing them, I mean, that bat logo is very much that, just wings. Just wings. The collar is there too, so I'm wondering what the gloves look like and what the ears look like. I'm thinking the ears kind of stick out a little bit, like they go outward. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with different shit, man. I'm already impressed by it. I'm already highly impressed by what's going on there. I mean, I know a lot of people are still wondering about that bat logo and what the significance to it is. It Joe Chill's gun, which I just don't think that's the case, because it just doesn't look like anything like a gun. Or what tactical use does it have? And that's for sure it does. It has some kind of tactical use, and it's great. And of course, people, and okay, I got really fired up that day too, guys. And I kind of want to apologize about it, because I got to stop sometimes doing that. I've refrained from big time. I used to be really bad at just like going off on shit. But yeah, I went off because I saw some of these fucking assholes, the loud part of the Snyder Cut movement, underneath Matt Reeves going at him, saying like, fuck your Batman, or I'm not seeing this trash, or scummy ass Batman, this is what we want. And it's so fucking petty, it's so childlike, and I just got pissed, and I said, nothing says release the Snyder Cut like insulting another director for his creative freedom, which that it's true. I mean, the fucking movement is supposed to be about an artistic integrity and creative freedom, and these guys only see that for Zack Snyder, nobody else. They're constantly like throwing fucking shade at all the other directors in the DC universe, saying that they're shit, that they suck, like, oh, you're fucking watered down. You see it all the time, and it's like, that's not what this whole movement was about. This is their fucking little petty shit, and it gets on my nerves, because Zack Snyder would not condone any of that. He would not condone any of that. But these guys just do that shit, and it's just fucking, I don't understand it. I don't understand. You don't have to like it, okay? I mean, that's the thing. And when I had people come at me, I'm like, read the tweet again. You don't, because I did a follow-up tweet. I said, read this tweet, because you don't have to like it. You can absolutely hate it. But the fact that you're underneath in his mentions insulting him, it just shows the kind of person you are. That's fucking, it shows that what the movement is actually based off of, you're not going by it. You're going by your own thing. Because you want to see, it's just, see, I'm getting fired up again. Yeah, because the hypocrisy of it all is like back in 2014 when Snyder posted the first Batsuit image, and then there's people underneath that were like insulting him. And then I realized that these guys that are doing this, they've only had a Twitter account since 2017. They joined because of the Justice League thing. I'm like, okay, you weren't around when we were defending the shit out of like Man of Steel and BVS. And that's what it's so funny, because these guys want to claim that they're all noble and they're like the grassroots of the whole thing. I'm like, you guys just joined in 2017. Fuck off. It's like, some of us have been defending this shit since Man of Steel, since 2013, 2012 to 2013. Get out of here. And that's what I got to remind myself when I started like kind of arguing with some of these guys. Because there was one I was arguing with, and I'm like, okay, you joined November 2017, so there you go. Okay, but I just pointing out the hypocrisy, but I shouldn't do that either. And yeah, I just got fired up. That's all, because that's what the movement was about creative freedom and artistic integrity. And just because you don't like it, like what's coming out from another director, doesn't mean you have to like insult him. It's really ridiculous. Because some of these guys really think that Matt Reeves helped push out Zack Snyder, and that's just not the fucking case. They really believe that he fired Ben Affleck, and I don't know how many times. Like, again, people that think they're in the know, and they're just not. They're fucking not. They're so goddamn wrong. First off, like I said, I don't even know everything that happened behind the scenes, but I can assure you this: that Ben Affleck, which got tired of the fuckery when the jail reshoots were happening, he was done. He was absolutely fucking done, because he joined for Snyder. He joined for Snyder's vision of the arc that he had for both Batman and Superman. And then he was trying to do his one-off movie that was most likely going to be a one-off movie. He was going to do his movie that Snyder was helping him with. And then, of course, look who... Yeah, it's just a bunch of shit. It's a bunch of shit. Guys with ball caps and stuff like that coming in. So he was done, okay? Had nothing to do with Matt Reeves. Fucking Ben Affleck was done before Matt... They just didn't make it be known. You guys got to realize that it's just like when the entire Justice League cast has to go out and promote the thing, and you could tell that they're holding back. Okay? Ben Affleck had to hold back that he's not going to be doing Batman. He had to make it seem like he was going to be doing Batman with Matt Reeves. Nope. There was never the intention. He was done. He threw in the fucking cowl. So, I don't know. That's just the way you gotta look at it. Anyways, let's talk about the Oscars a little bit, huh? I don't know. I don't know if I really want to. I'm like going back and forth about it. I'm going to pull up the winning list. Oscar winners. Yeah, Oscars winners. Let's just do it like this. I don't even know. Let's just kind of go over it. Yeah. Obviously, we knew that Joaquin Phoenix was going to win. He just kind of cleaned house. Everybody else in that category was like, why am I even here? Let's see, who else? Yeah, Brad Pitt. He was also cleaning house. It's funny too because I mean, if you want to really look at the acting talent, like when you look at both movies, in my opinion, when it comes to acting, like with monologues and everything, I think Pacino probably should have won it. I didn't see The Two Popes, and I didn't see Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Yeah, I'll kind of cheese that up. Probably Tom Hanks probably did better. I don't know. Because Brad Pitt wasn't really a stretch, but I think it was just so goddamn likable in that movie. So goddamn likable. And I don't know, there's just something about his charisma. I don't know. It's weird. Renee Zellweger, that was pretty much, everybody was betting on that. I didn't see Judy. I didn't see any of these except for Marriage Story. And you know what, to be honest, guys? Scarlett Johansson showed her chops last year. I know a lot of people fucking hate her. A lot of DC fans just hate everybody who's in the MCU, and and then there was that whole thing about her wanting to play a transgender person, and then of course Ghost in the Darkness, which everybody just thinks she's like the whitewashed queen or whatever the hell she is, and they hate her. But I don't know. I never jumped on board with that. I've always dug her, and she really showed her acting chops last year with Marriage Story and JoJo. She was like, wow, she actually, she's pushing it here. Cool. Good for her. Performance, supporting role. Yeah, of course I chose Laura Dern because it was the obvious choice. But I would have chose Scarlett, to be honest. I thought Scarlett Johansson did a lot better, to be honest. Animated didn't... I was actually chose Toy Story 4 for Best Animated because that was the only one I saw. And, I enjoyed it. But it was just, I thought The Missing Link was going to get that. I don't know. It's pretty crazy. And then you got costume design. I believe I did pick Little Women because I figured that was going to win. Parasite, though. And I saw Parasite the night before, and I'll tell you what. I'm not disappointed. I thought 1917 was like a cinematic achievement for what they tried, from what Mendes did with that, with the whole trying to make it look like it was one shot. So, that Jason Momoa Super Bowl video is playing right now. It's pretty funny. But yeah, I was not disappointed though because it's a really good fucking movie. It's fucked up. It's well acted. It's well shot. Yes, you have to read, guys. I know there's some people that are like, I don't want to read subtitles. Well, then fuck off. Fuck off. Then if you don't want to read it, I read it. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm not one for like, subtitles either. But if the movie's good, the movie's good. Okay? So, that's overprivileged fucking people who don't want to goddamn read. Shut up. Bunch of fucking assholes. Yeah, that just shows it's all these people. Well, in America in general, man, we've officially run out of problems. If your biggest complaint last week was the fact that the Best Picture winner had subtitles. And then there was that one dude that like went off because he said like, oh, the Oscars go woke because they gave the Best Picture they gave the Best Picture to Parasite. And I'm like, no. I would say that if it was a movie that was like just not really objectively loved. But I'm telling you, Parasite's really it's a great fucking movie. It's funny too because you don't even know what the movie's about. A lot of people thought it was about like it was a horror movie and it was about like a virus or something like that. I even had a friend of mine. She goes like, "Was it scary?" And I said, "No, it's not that kind of movie. It's a thriller." And she goes, "Oh, I thought it was like a horror movie about a virus or something." I'm like, "Nope." It's a metaphor. You know, the Parasite's a metaphor. It's about one family invading another family. You know, basically. And just the way that it's done, the way that it draws out, and the fucking tension, man, and then just the way that it ends. I don't know. When it ended, I was just blown away. I was blown away by it. So that's why I'm not on board with all that. It definitely would have been in my top 10 last year. I mean, when it comes to Best Picture, I thought 1917 should have gotten it. But if I had to choose, well, in my own personal taste, it would have been like second place was Once Upon a Time. No, second place was Joker. Third was Once Upon a Time. Then it would have been Parasite. Yeah, for me, that's just for my taste in the movies that came out last year. Parasite definitely better watch than Irishman. 1917 though, where does it fit in there though? Fuck, because I don't know. 1917, as much as I think it would be I think 1917 would be number 5 to be. See, I'm like arguing with myself. You love this, guys? You're hearing this live, not really live, but you know. See, this is what's weird about doing this on a Sunday morning. It's a different kind of, you know, I didn't have a work day, but that I just got done with, and you know, sipping on like wine or something. I'm sipping on coffee that's making my mouth run a lot faster than usual. Yeah, I would say I probably was good on 70-something% on my picks. You know, I did pick Ford versus Ferrari for editing, which is good. It's a really well edited movie. Really well edited. When I saw Marriage Story, yeah, that still makes me not want to ever get married. It's so sleazy. It's so gross because what's funny about that movie is it actually ends pretty well. It actually ends on a good note. It really does. Like it doesn't end like really fucked up or like just like you just walk away feeling super gross. You kind of still you still do a little bit. But I walked away just kind of like, okay, yeah. I mean, there's some times where it gets bad, you know, that the infamous scene where they're yelling at each other. But for the most part, it shows you how gross it is when it comes to lawyers. You know, when it comes to lawyers and the whole legal side of it. That's when it just shows how gross it is, and that's why I just go, can we just not do this anymore? Please, people, just don't do it anymore. You can be committed to somebody. You can even have a wedding-like event. But why? Why do you have to do the license and all the fucking bullshit? Because it just can get so goddamn gross. And the fact of the matter is, you are going against the odds. You are going against the odds. It just seems like more and more nowadays, you just see it. Like, I see it all the time. I mean, fucking A. More than half of my family on both sides have all had divorces. My dad's about to get married for the 3rd time. Jesus Christ. I mean, and his dad was married 5 times. Not gonna do that. My brother has already been divorced once. I mean, it's just all over the place. That's why I can't get myself to do it. I'm not saying that I can't commit to somebody, but for fuck's sake, can we just like, hey, we'll just throw a party. Hey, we love each other. That's it. Then let's drink, you know. But we're not gonna have a wedding style party. We're just gonna celebrate our love, because weddings are so like I said, guys, I used to film weddings. It's the same beats over and over and over again. Yeah, it's a good time. It can be a good time, but it's funny how everything's the exact same. But yeah, Marriage Story was basically more of that. It was more just how gross that is. But it was, you know, I had to do a little bit too of like how people approach their marriages. When people, specifically people that are, you know, because it has to do, she's an actress and he's a play director. He's like a playwright and a director, you know. So I kind of saw, I mean, that world must be really difficult when you're in the creative realm, especially if the actress wants to be in LA because that's where actresses should be, and then obviously plays and everything that happens is bigger in New York. So they had that aspect to it. It's a really good movie. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it would. I kept pushing it off because I thought I was going to be feeling gross after that, but I actually wasn't. And Driver and Johansson did very well. They acted very well. Jojo Rabbit, I know a lot of people hate Taka because, well, DC fans absolutely fucking can't stand him because he's a MCU director. And I could see a little bit, he's a little, sometimes when he talks, it's like, shut up, dude. But I was actually surprised by that movie. That was a very well-written movie. That's why when it won for screenplay, I was okay with it. Adapted screenplay, I was okay with it because I went, yeah, it was very well-written. There was a lot of funny moments in that movie. It was satire. The whole movie was satire, and it was actually pretty funny. So, I mean, do yourself a favor. Just watch it with an open mind. Forget who the director is. Some people can't do that. That's why some people are going to not watch The Suicide Squad, even though they are going to. That's another thing, because I'm seeing people who, of course, the people that are praising Birds of Prey the most, they hate James Gunn, so they're already making their proclamations that they're not going to watch The Suicide Squad. I'm like, bullshit, you're going to watch it. You're going to watch it. Don't lie. I mean, just do it. Just watch it. It's fine. You can even give it it was fine. It's okay. While everybody else is, I don't know. I think there's going to be something special to it. When I saw Margot Robbie in that dress, that red dress, and she had the red and black hair. Oh my God. I was like, she looks fantastic. She looks adorable. And then some crazy thing happens at that event that she's on at, because she comes out all banged up with a javelin. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyways. VFX, a lot of people were like, fucking Endgame should have gotten it, or Lion King should have gotten it. And like, no, the Oscars, they're a different kind of fucking thing, okay? They're not going to praise the big blockbuster movies, okay? They're going to praise the movie where you could not tell that there was VFX. For fuck's sake, that scene when he's running through that little town or whatever that's supposed to be taking place at night, and like shit's like lighting up as he's running through, that took place during the day, okay? It's shit like that. The VFX that you don't see, as opposed to just big time or the whole fucking frame being VFX. Okay, that's what they're going to award it to. And it's like no big deal. And then, of course, I love the whole comparison. Yeah, Disney or, Avengers or nothing. They didn't get an Academy Award, but Joker got something. They got score, and but it's like, okay, but who cares? I swear the DC versus Marvel thing, as much as people like go, I don't like that whole thing, it's like nonstop. It's just going to be nonstop. And I get it. But I mean, at the same time, it's like, well, they don't need the awards. They're making all the fucking money. But they're killing cinema. No, they're not. You people that are like making proclamations about that, you need to go see the original movies out there, and you don't. I love when people say that Marvel is killing cinema. I'm like, well, what was the last original movie you saw? And they fucking can't remember. It's like, well, there you go. Every week, there are movies that come out. Every week, there is a non-blockbuster that also comes out. Okay? So why don't you go and support those independent kind of movies, those original movies? Please do that. Please. For fuck's sake. You know how many people... Nobody talks about Ad Astra. That was one of the most original movies that came out last year. Luckily, people are talking about Parasite, because that was an original movie, but that had to get all the awards attention first. Anyways, I've been rambling too much, I think, now, guys. When it comes to it, I think I was about 70-something% on my picks. So I think we're good. All right, let's just go to the questions. Yeah, let's do that. So, like I said, if you want to ask me a question, as always, guys, hashtag Film Junket Podcast. Do that, and that's the easiest way to do it. So here we go, Mr. Eric M. Blake. Hey, Dave. So after your awesome discussion with Sean O'Connell, are you now more inclined than you were last week to believe he learned some great Snyder Cut news in his off-record conversation with Jim Lee? Maybe. I just don't know how much Jim Lee can even say about certain things. I don't know. If you're thinking that they were talking about some kind of release date or something like that, everybody's got to get off the fact that they know when it's going to be released. Nobody still knows, not even Snyder. So we need to stop that. There's nothing with that. It's all just, things are happening, but it's just a slow process. Nobody officially knows when the damn thing's going to come out. It's going to come out because they're talking. That's why it can be a little sensitive thing right now, too. So that's why when you got these guys like constantly shitting on everything else that Warner Brothers does, it's not good PR. It's not good PR at all. You could say it all you want, but just to send insults directly to other Warner Brothers directors is just the stupidest fucking thing. Really one of the stupidest fucking things you could do. But these guys don't realize that because they act like goddamn children. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much he knows. I mean, I know some fucking things. I've seen some things. Matthew Salvatore at Pure Genius Lego. Is the DCEU stronger post Justice League? In a way, yeah. Yeah, I think so. It's stronger. It is. Just because it seems like people are enjoying the movies more. Aquaman, of course, reaching $1 billion. That's a big thing. Joker, even though it's not really DCEU, even though I consider it because it's the DC extended universe. Everything's the extended universe. Yes, it might not be in the same quote unquote multiverse, I guess you could say, but I don't know. It's I think it is in a way, but it just kind of sucks because I know a lot of us still wanted to see what Snyder had to offer, but you never know what could happen. Let's see. At Frank's Fandoms, he has on a scale between Spartan to $40. How jealous do you bet Vinaldo will be when Snyder buys you coffee? Who the hell cares? I don't care. I'm not gonna that was just something that I can't mention that. That was the vodka kicking in. But yes, I DM'd Snyder. We do exchange messages every now and then. They're very vague usually. But I was like, hey man, if you ever want to, I live like an hour and fucking 16 minutes outside of Pasadena. If you ever want to get together for a cup of coffee, man, and discuss some shit, talk about shit, let me know. And he just said coffee is in your future. It could have just been something nice, but yeah, you never know. Like I said, when at the SnyderCon event, he knew exactly who I was, and he appreciated what I did. He said that about Swenson too. So it's, he knows that people like us are out here, so. I mean, when these guys are trying to get their Zach crack with posting on Vero and getting them to like things and stuff, and they think that I'm like all about that, I'm like, no, I got the ultimate Zach crack. I mean, he blew fucking Zach crack in my face. What the hell? That sounded really bad. Yeah, he supplied the Zach crack for me when he said that. Good God, man. Yeah, it's always some kind of liquid that's making me say shit. But, if he's jealous, he's jealous. I don't give a shit. There's no need to be jealous, for fuck's sake. We're all just trying to do our parts. Everybody could just do their part and not act like an asshole and fight with people. That would just be great. That'd be fantastic. K. Mr. K asked, could Matt Reeves be drawing inspiration from Batman Gotham by Gaslight Animation regarding the suit? I don't know if he's doing that. I think a lot of people assume that with the collar. But I think he's just deriving from that first Batsuit. He really is deriving a lot from that. But then again, the Gaslight suit kind of derived a lot from that. I don't know. That's the inspiration. I don't know. Matt McGo, he asked, Catwoman suit expectations now that we've seen Pattinson? I think it's going to be fantastic. I wonder if he's going to do a camera test for that. I hope he does. That'd be fucking sweet if he did a camera test for all the main players. For him and the villains. And then you hear like a preview of each one of their themes. Oh my God. Can you imagine that? That's what I'm hoping for. Like we get a Catwoman one, we get a Penguin, a Riddler, and anybody else. We get a test from all that, a camera test with their individual themes. Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if they do it. I think they're going to. That'd be a smart idea. Just do all that. And we got to remember too, they're camera tests. They are camera tests because I noticed you look at Pattinson, you see his hair kind of sticking out from the out from the part of the mask a little bit. So some people are like, "Look at that, it's ridiculous." I'm like, "It's a camera test, okay? It's gonna look probably even better when we actually full on see it." So fucking hey, people are just so quick to just shit on things nowadays. That's why I always dread a costume reveal because you're just gonna see the people just that shit on it. Just because they want to shit on it. They're just ready. They're like, they got their pants down, their asses like out, and just ready to just, just the shit all over it. Yeah, it gets pretty ridiculous, but what can you do? Anyways, guys, I think that's it. That seems to be it when it comes to the questions. I appreciate all those questions. This might be a new thing to just record on Sunday morning. Not like there's no football or anything. There's XFL. Woo! It's not bad to watch. I might watch the games today as I'm working because I got a lot of videos. The fact that I was a lazy shit yesterday, now I got to catch up because I got a bunch of videos to do today. So it's just gonna be a big time work day for me today. So, anyways, guys, appreciate everything. Like I said, when it comes to all this stuff, I mean, look at the back of the Zack Snyder shirt. United. That's what it's all about. United, okay? Nobody especially what O'Connell said about his book. And hopefully, when we see the book, it's going to have a lot of all that. But, I mean, don't be surprised if he does start mentioning some of the toxic side of it, too. It's not going to be like the Ben Fritz thing. And I know O'Connell kind of came out of nowhere. And that's why I wanted to talk to him. Because, to me, it was weird. It was weird that some guy from Cinema Blend, who wasn't that much of I don't think he was that much of a fan at first of BBS. If I remember seeing some old tweets of his. I was like, well, okay, he kind of came out of nowhere, and now all of a sudden he's like involved, and he's really just acting like a big fan of the movement and promoting it and stuff. And it just kind of seemed a little strange, but I wanted to get his take, and he had a lot of good things to say. But we always gotta. And I even told him, just with stuff that's happened in the past when it comes to the movement. Snyder fans are just, they back up to a corner like cats, and they curl their back and the hair rises up. They just kind of, that's what happens. You get on the defense, it's just what happens. Because I was a little worried about it. That's why I didn't reach out when everybody else was. I even told Swenson, I'm like, hey, watch yourself. You never know with this guy. You just never know with this guy. He kind of came out of nowhere. But maybe he just wanted to dive into it. And when he really dove into it, like he said, he saw all the good. He saw all the positive. And I think that kind of stirred it a different direction for him. That's my take on it. He got steered into a different direction. So it's not going to be just these losers that are just demanding a cut of their movie. They're actually out there fighting for this and fighting for that. But don't be surprised if he has a chapter about some of the bad stuff too. I mean, I can't see it not having that. So there might be still some of that, and don't be surprised, and he shouldn't be like, he shouldn't grab a pitchfork and torches and be like, what the fuck? What's this chapter about the toxic side? How dare you? It's like, no, there is a toxic side. Just like with every fandom, there's always going to be a toxic side. Just try not to be a part of that side. Try not to. Let's go with that. It's a lot better. It's a lot of benefit. It benefits everyone. Benefits everyone, if that's the case. So there we go, guys. Anyways, appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Patreon. Of course, you want to help out. Shirts down below. And that's it, guys. I will talk to you later.